Thank you for listening to Permission Granted. I'm your host, Juliet Ricci Lagman. Today, I am recording a very special episode. It's a little bit impromptu. I just got back from a trip to the Philippines. My husband is from the Philippines, and this is the second time I've visited. He moved here to the States at the age of 27 in 1998. And he's been back a few more times than me. However, we went this time to travel and visit friends and family. And even though I just want to clarify with you guys, I just want you to know, even though my Instagram photos and reels were spectacular, this was not a glamorous trip. There was some definite interesting snafus and um, you know, some of these were brought on by me, but I just wanted to talk about that. And I also kind of wanted to weave it into what's going on politically right now. So, we just got back yesterday and I slept last night, so that's good. I'm almost back to normal time schedule. It took us about probably 30 hours of travel to get home with a 10-hour layover in South Korea. Um, But I kind of jumped in my car, and as I was traveling this morning to meet a friend, I had some time to kill. I got the inspiration hit to record this episode. So let's get into it. Um, First of all, I had food poisoning um, three times on the trip, and that was brought on by me. I'll explain in a little bit. Um, so it wasn't all glamorous, but I did make it off the island. So I was concerned I wouldn't be strong enough to, and I did. So thank God. And then I had a very unfortunate spa experience. So the provider, I'm just gonna tell you the version. The provider at the spa, it was a very nice spa at a hotel in the Philippines in Manila. Um, the masseuse, and some of this could be cultural, so forgive me, but as I'm getting ready for the massage, she didn't knock and she just barges in and I'm completely naked and I was like, "Give me a minute," and she probably didn't quite understand me and she just kept going on about setting up her table. Um, and it made me really uncomfortable. But I also had a body scrub, which was incredible as far as the scrub itself. The materials used and how it made my skin feel. But this provider, she was very strong, or practitioner, I should say, very strong. Probably been doing this a while, and she, could rub my skin really hard, but also she kind of, went into private places that she probably shouldn't have because either she wasn't paying attention or, whatever. And when I said something, she said, "Are you shy?" And she kind of laughed and she said it a couple times and it just really rubbed me the wrong way, literally. It rubbed me the wrong way. And I thought, you know, am I being manipulated? I mean, how many times in my life? Now I'm 46 years old. How many times in my life would I have been like, uh, oh no, I'm not shy, and then just back down, right? And so I probably still was a little too meek in this situation, but I did kind of stand up for myself and I was like, no, I'm an American. And what I was trying to say is that, there's a level of consent, like say, "Oh, is this okay? Is it okay if I touch your leg here?" Those kind of things. or, just protecting, making your client comfortable, protecting their privacy, their comfort, etc. So I kind of had to say several times, no, no, no. And she was a perfectly nice lady, but she was just trying to do her job. And, you know, there are times that I probably would have just walked away, like gotten up and walked away. And the whole time I was getting this service, I thought, man, how can I get out of this? It wasn't relaxing. It's supposed to be a relaxing spa experience. And, that's not what you want during a spa experience. Um, so, later she apologized, and I did say, you can always ask your client, consent. And, this is not okay. And I did leave a review and stuff like that. But all that to say, my point is, um, you know, I just want to remind everybody, don't be afraid to speak up and say exactly what you need and exactly what you want. Um, I definitely suffer from people pleasing and, oh, be a good girl, be compliant, et cetera, et cetera. So, I'll sort of put up with things that I probably shouldn't, or suffer through them, if you will, or things like that. Definitely getting better, but yeah, there were a few other items during this spa experience that, uh, didn't go well. But anyhow, I just want to say right now, this is not the time to be nice. This is not the time to be compliant. This is not the time to be quiet and, just wait to see what's going to happen. Because right now, politically, our rights are being taken away. Right now, Medicaid services, you think this might affect other people, and I'm sure most of you are cognizant that it doesn't, but they're coming for you. Um, it's going to affect all of us, every single one of us, every single one of us, literally. And it might not right away, but very soon. Every single one we know, every single one of our friends and family members. Um, this is not time for compliance. So I urge you, call your representatives, reach out, cry, scream, make art. I can't stress that enough. This is the time for artists to get to work. And that's exactly what I'm doing here. So I'm expressing my freedom while I'm still breathing to create art. And, I don't care if I ruffle feathers because, you know, we have to fight right now. Somehow, someone who wants to take over the government and their friends have been let into office. And I think I know how this happened. So we'll just set that aside. But we're in this situation now. And what I want to say about that is that it makes me appreciate what we have. I've never been through a revolution. I was born in 1978, so I've had it pretty good. I've had it pretty easy, and I really never thought I liked politics or wanted to get involved. But when you see your rights being stripped away rapidly, then you're like, oh, I have to fight for this. This isn't just a given. I mean, technically it should be, but when people are not involved, this is what happens. And I'm part of that as well. So I just want to shout out to, I don't know much about politics. And so I'm learning and I'm appreciative of that. And so my friend said, Are you on 5 calls? It's an app, and you put in your zip code, and it tells you who your representatives are. So everybody download 5 calls if you haven't done so already, and call your reps. It'll make you feel better if you're not happy with what's going on right now. If you're not happy with what's going on right now, you probably will be pretty soon because uh, things are changing rapidly. So we, as a collective being, have to work to combat that. And, no one's coming to save us. We have to save ourselves. So, yeah, that's what I want to say. Um, you know, Also on this trip, it was an interesting experience. Okay, so the food poisoning. So I started taking basically like Ozempic, weight loss medication, and I was trying to, I'm just going to be honest, I was trying to fast track and shortcut my weight loss journey. And because I upped my dose the day before we left, it caused me to vomit and have tummy issues, to say it nicely. Um, the day that we were leaving, and then 2 times more during our trip, and it was kind of violent. Like it was bad, and I'll tell you, I lost a couple pounds, so I guess it worked. But it's not the way I wanted it to. So there's no shortcut. We have to work for what we value. We have to fight for our health. We have to fight for the health of this country. Um, so I brought those things upon myself as far as the um, taking the weight loss drug. But also on the way home, there was a gentleman sitting next to me, and he was drinking throughout the whole flight. And he actually looked like a wrestler. And when he would fall asleep, his arm hit me a couple times pretty hard. And he apologized. And I said, I literally, normally I would say it's okay, but I didn't. I didn't this time because it wasn't okay. I was afraid for my safety during the whole trip. I thought I was going to be, hit pretty hard or hurt. Um, and sure, I should have moved, but long story short, I didn't. But I did say to him, um, maybe you should stop drinking because, you know, that could have affected what was going on with his sleep or whatever. But anyway, I did speak up for myself a little bit. And yeah, I mean, it was a beautiful trip as far as where we went and what we saw, and the food in the Philippines is absolutely incredible. And the beaches and everything. But what I want to say is advocate for yourself. Uh, we have to fight like hell right now, and it's going to be messy. And, you know, in a way, there's a level of excitement to it. I wish we didn't have to go through this, but again, it makes me appreciate what we have and what we have had in this country. And there's a saying, you don't know what you have until it's gone. So I'm just gonna leave you with that. Anyhow, I hope this reaches you well. Call your representatives, download, I'll put it in the show notes. 5 calls. The app is called 5 calls. And let's get to work. Okay, love you. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'm so grateful you were able to join us today. Please share and like and review this podcast. Also, if you have any comments or questions about anything, I would love to hear from you. You can reach me at julietteRicci@gmail.com, and info is in the show notes. Till next time, have a great week.